Off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, there lies a small, quiet island that has fascinated treasure hunters for over 2 centuries. It's called Oak Island, just 140 acres of land surrounded by calm, Atlantic waters. But beneath its surface, many believe, lies one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in human history, a hidden treasure, buried deep underground, protected by elaborate traps, and possibly linked to some of the most powerful secret societies the world has ever known. This is not just another treasure story. It's a real-life puzzle that has drawn kings, presidents, engineers, and even modern scientists into its depths, and still, after more than 200 years, no one truly knows what lies beneath Oak Island. Chapter 1. The beginning of the legend. Our story begins in the year 1795. A young man named Daniel McGinnis, while exploring the island, noticed something strange on the ground, a small circular depression near an old oak tree, with a thick branch extending over it. Hanging from the branch was a rotting rope, as if something heavy had once been lowered into the ground. Curious, Daniel returned with 2 friends, John Smith and Anthony Vaughan, and together, they began digging. Only 2 feet down, they hit a layer of flagstones. At 10 feet, they found wooden planks laid neatly across the pit. At 20 feet, another layer of oak logs. And again at 30 feet, something was clearly buried here, and whoever buried it had gone to great lengths to hide it. The young men called it the Money Pit. Chapter 2. The discovery deepens. Word spread fast. Soon, others came to help. And by 40 feet, the diggers found strange marks on the walls, pickaxe scratches, charcoal, and even traces of coconut fiber, something completely foreign to Nova Scotia. By 60 feet, they hit another platform of oak logs. Then again at 70, 90, and 100 feet. Each layer appeared carefully engineered, alternating between logs, clay, and charcoal, almost like a booby trap. At about 90 feet, they found a large flat stone engraved with mysterious symbols. No one could read them, but local legend says the message was later translated to 40 feet below, 2 million pounds are buried. But before they could dig any deeper, disaster struck. Chapter 3. The flood trap. As the team dug past 90 feet, the pit suddenly filled with water rising rapidly from below, flooding the shaft completely. Buckets and pumps were useless. The water seemed to come from underground tunnels connected to the ocean itself. It was a trapper flooding system so advanced that it baffled even 18th century engineers. For the first time, the treasure hunters realized whoever built the Money Pit wasn't just hiding something. They designed it never to be found. Over the next decades, multiple expeditions tried to reach the treasure. Companies were formed, fortunes were spent, and more tunnels were dug. But every time they reached a certain depth, the water rushed back in. Some explorers even drowned in the process. Oak Island had claimed its first lives. Chapter 4. Theories begin. By the mid-1800s, Oak Island had become world famous. Newspapers called it the world's greatest treasure mystery. But the question remained, who built the pit? And what were they hiding? Some said it was pirate treasure, buried by the infamous Captain Kidd or Blackbeard himself. In fact, Blackbeard was rumored to have said before his death, "I've hidden my treasure where none but Satan and I can find it." Others believed it was the lost treasure of the Knights Templar, the medieval order rumored to have guarded ancient religious relics, even the Holy Grail or Ark of the Covenant. There were even whispers that Sir Francis Bacon, philosopher, scientist, and alleged secret author of Shakespeare's plays, hid his manuscripts and sacred knowledge beneath the island. Each theory added a new layer of intrigue, and every decade brought new explorers. Chapter 5. The tragedy of Oak Island. Oak Island's obsession came at a cost. In 1861, during one major dig, a boiler exploded, killing 1 man. In 1897, another fatal collapse took 2 more lives. By the early 20th century, 6 people had died chasing the treasure. This gave birth to the curse of Oak Island, a chilling prophecy claiming that 7 people must die before the treasure is found. As of today, 6 have already perished. Chapter 6. Signs of something hidden. Despite countless failures, tantalizing clues continued to emerge. In 1897, explorers reached 153 feet and brought up a tiny piece of parchment with the letters B and I written in ink. Where could such a fragment survive in flooded clay for centuries? Later, more evidence appeared: handmade tools, links of chain, metal fragments, and even an ancient Roman-style cross found on the island's surface. Coconut fibers, again and again, were found deep underground, yet coconuts don't grow anywhere near Nova Scotia. Someone long ago had imported materials and technology far beyond their time to build an underground vault protected by flood tunnels stretching hundreds of feet. Chapter 7. Modern science joins the hunt. By the 1960s, Oak Island had attracted modern engineers, scientists, and even television producers. Robert Dunfield brought in massive excavation machinery, digging huge shafts and tunnels. Others used sonar and drilling equipment. In 1965, the Restore family, a team of father and sons, took over the search. They discovered man-made tunnels and new flood channels, proof of an engineered system. But tragedy struck again when hydrogen sulfide gas filled one of the pits, killing 4 men, including Robert Restore himself. The island's curse had claimed more lives. Despite this, the mystery grew stronger. Chapter 8. The Legina Brothers Era. In the early 2000s, 2 brothers from Michigan, Rick and Marty, Legina lifelong fans of Oak Island's legend, decided to take the quest into the modern age. They purchased a major part of the island and, with the help of experts, historians, and state-of-the-art technology, began a new era of exploration. Their efforts became the hit TV series, The Curse of Oak Island, which brought global attention back to the mystery. Using metal detectors, ground-penetrating radar, sonar mapping, and underwater exploration, they uncovered fascinating finds: ancient coins, a lead cross possibly linked to the Templars, pieces of ship timber, and tunnels dating back over 500 years. Each discovery hinted that Oak Island's secret might go far deeper into history than anyone ever imagined. Chapter 9. The evidence so far. So, what do we truly know today? Man-made flood tunnels exist, connecting the money pit to nearby coves. Foreign materials like coconut fiber and hand-hewn oak have been confirmed carbon dated to before 1600. Metal artifacts, old tools, and fragments of parchment have been recovered from depths unreachable by nature. A complex network of shafts and flood traps beneath the island suggests the work of skilled engineers. Yet, no confirmed treasure has ever been found. Every clue leads to more questions. Who had the knowledge and motive to build something so elaborate on a remote island in the 1,600 seconds? What were they hiding so carefully? And why has every attempt to reach the final chamber ended in disaster? Chapter 10. The theories that still haunt. The Knights Templar theory remains the most famous. Historians note that after the Templars were disbanded in the 1300s, many fled Europe, possibly bringing their riches and sacred relics to the New World. The mysterious cross found on Oak Island resembles Templar symbols found in France and Portugal. The pirate theory also holds weight. Records show pirates often sailed the Nova Scotia coast in the 17th century. A few even mention hiding vast fortunes in northern islands. Then there's the Shakespeare-Bacon theory, claiming that philosopher Francis Bacon, using Templar resources, buried his manuscripts and secret experiments here to protect them from the church. Each theory fits some evidence, but none explain it all. Chapter 11. Science vs. Legend. Modern scientists argue that Oak Island's flooding system might be natural, a geological quirk. But the coconut fibers, carved flood tunnels, and engineered shafts are impossible to dismiss. In 2019, core samples from 170 feet below the money pit showed traces of gold and silver in the water, microscopic, but real. Does that mean treasure lies below? Possibly. Or maybe it's the residue of centuries of exploration. Still, the island refuses to give up its secret. Chapter 12. What if the treasure isn't gold? Some researchers believe the real treasure isn't gold or jewels, but knowledge. Maybe ancient texts, artifacts, or relics that could rewrite history itself. One theory suggests it might hold evidence of pre-Columbian contact, proof that Europeans or Templars reached North America centuries before Columbus. If true, that would change everything we know about history. Chapter 13. The legacy of the hunt. After more than 200 years, Oak Island remains one of the longest-running archaeological mysteries in the world. Generations have come and gone. Fortunes have been spent. Lives have been lost. But the dream endures. Each year, new technology, new teams, and new discoveries add one more piece to the puzzle. Yet the heart of the mystery remains untouched. The island waits patient, silent, and unforgiving. Chapter 14. The truth beneath the island. Whether treasure, relic, or knowledge lies beneath those layers of oak and clay, one thing is certain: someone built the money pit with purpose and precision. It was not an accident of nature. It was human engineering, but by whom? We still don't know. And maybe that's what keeps the world watching. Because sometimes the greatest treasures aren't the ones made of gold. They're the mysteries that refuse to die. Chapter 15. The final thought. As the sun sets over Nova Scotia, the calm waves brush against the shore of Oak Island. Beneath the soil lies a story still untold, a secret sleeping through the centuries. Every dig, every scan, every theory only deepens the mystery. And perhaps that's the real curse the island gives, just enough to keep us searching, but never enough to end the quest. Maybe one day, someone will finally break the code and reveal the truth beneath Oak Island. Until then, the treasure remains waiting. Because legends never end, they just hide in the shadows of history. If this deep dive into one of the world's greatest historical mysteries fascinated you, subscribe now, hit the like button, and stay tuned for the next journey into the lost secrets of history. Because somewhere, beneath the earth and the waves, the past is still waiting to be found.